Iran's key opposition leader says he's being isolated by the government and being pressured to drop his challenge to the presidential election. The government is also keeping up the military pressure on the protesters. Here's reporter Jennifer Wishon.
Anxious to see Iranian opposition leader Mir Hossein Mousavi, protesters gathered outside Parliament in Tehran Wednesday, but instead were met with cables and wooden clubs. One eyewitness says the wounded were taken away in police vans. The Wall Street Journal reports the family of a young man shot in the head as he stood at an intersection was told they'd have to pay a $3,000 bullet fee to get his body back. The man's father told officials that was more than his possessions are worth. The fee was eventually waived, but the young man's body had to be buried in another city. The 19-year-old was set to marry in 1 week.
Mousavi to them doesn't seem significantly different enough from the rest of the regime to risk getting beaten up on the street for. I think that the fact that the regime is clamping down the way it is reflects how shaken they feel.
On his official website, Mousavi says his access to people is completely restricted and that he's being pressured to withdraw his challenge to the June 12th election results that show hardliner Mahmoud Ahmadinejad winning by a landslide. The website also reports 70 professors pushing for a more liberal government were detained by police after meeting with Mousavi on Wednesday. Government brutality appears to be working. Protests are becoming more sparse. God is great and death to the dictator are chanted in the cover of night to avoid police beatings.
I'm very saddened when I see the scenes and also hear from my friends about the violence that is shown toward peaceful protesters.
Meanwhile, Ahmadinejad singled out President Obama this week for criticizing the clampdown and compared him to former President George W. Bush, saying, "Mr. Obama made a mistake to say those things. Our question is why he fell into this trap and said things that previously Bush used to say." In the wake of the bloody crackdowns, the Obama administration's first efforts at a diplomatic relationship with Iran are being pulled back. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has withdrawn invitations to Iranian diplomats to attend 4th of July celebrations at U.S. embassies abroad. No Iranians had accepted the invitations. Jennifer Wishon, CBN News.